This is my review of the my Lincoln Electric 210 MP Power Mig. It's basically a MIG machine, multi-process unit. Also comes with a stick function and a TIG function. The TIG function, you have to have accessories and do some internal wiring to in order to get that function. It'll take a spool gun, aluminum spool gun, but according to some YouTube welders, if you dedicate a proper MIG machine, we'll do aluminum, but you have to dedicate it to running aluminum wire, or else you get contaminations of the wires. But that aside, this is basically a homeowner unit, what they call a prosumer unit, which is probably a top-of-line unit for homeowners and people with hobby farms and everything. Not intended really for commercial or industrial, but there's people who use this machine for commercial processes, but commercial welding and industrial welding. But you know, that's short-lived weld, it's short welding, and in awkward places where you can't get a proper high-powered machine, either on a 500 or 480 volt machine inside of a building or something with an HVAC unit. And this will help them out of the jam. It could also run on 110 or 120. So this will help you out in these small areas. But generally, a professional welder will run an engine-driven unit, either with a dedicated MIG or TIG box to do that kind of function. So these are just for him. It's just a once in a blue moon machine where a professional welder will take it out. You know, in the odd jobs where he can't get a bigger machine, or his leads off the engine-driven machine, or a bit run him too short. But generally, a professional welder runs off an engine-driven welder, roughly probably a 300 amp welder, either Lincoln or Miller, whatever brand. 300 amp engine-driven welder that's basically a standard for the average structural professional welder. And if anybody wants to do structural welding, like an excavator or a truck body, and this is not the machine, it is not, the cooling effect on this is pretty low, the duty cycle is pretty low, and will never match up to what you really need power wise for it's basically a truck body or an excavator body, or excavators like booms or booms or other stuff. Reason why the transformer here, the capacitor, the inverter technology here is not enough capacity for continuous duty or heavy duty use, and you're just burn out the machine or burn out the control board. So this machine is basically, I would say, just a light duty homeowner use. You know, the guy who has a motorcycle, the guy who wants to build a small trailer, you know, and the guy who wants to fix his light duty trucks, or just like commercial wise, this is not the machine for you. For a commercial guy, it's basically an emergency machine in tight spaces and limited access where he can't get his big commercial stuff. So if any one of my subscribers is looking for something to do truck bodies, excavators, weld excavators, get yourself a commercial duty machine, or you can get yourself what's available now is an old SA 200 Lincoln engine-driven machine, which is strictly DC machine, and there's various drives from Miller and Lincoln that you can run off that machine to really do the heavy duty welding. They're meant the heavy duty feeders, wire feeders, MIG welders, wire feeders attached to that engine driven machine that will be the proper duty cycle for big heavy duty welding. I wouldn't use this, this machine is, like I said, it's a homeowner machine, and it's not really the heat capacity of this to absorb the heat and continuous work. It's not there, and you're fueling yourself because it says 210. It's 210 machine, 210. They say it's 210 amp machine. Well, it's a 210 amp machine, but the heat capacity and the durability is not there for people who are looking for heavy duty stuff, fix excavators, truck frames or whatever. It's just not there. This is basically what's a like I said, a prosumer machine, and it's basically a welder for dummies who are just starting out. It has presettings in which you can set and adjust within the limits or do it manually. Well, I'll show you up because this machine has tornado sirens at the back when you start it up. Like I said, it doesn't have the heat capacity to absorb all that heat generated by transforming AC current into DC current. So that's why it looks like a very nice Power machine, but rated at 210, but it's not. If you got excavators or truck chassis you want to weld with, this is not the machine for you. As you can see, I'll turn it on before the sirens turn on. Use that stick. This is not, like I said, the leads are 10-foot leads, which is good enough for a hobby setup, but I wouldn't do this if you're considering really heavy duty work with it. It's not the machine for you. Either buy a used one from somebody or I guess it's probably best to get a used one or buy a new one straight out that actually has the capacity, or get probably an engine driven. The engine-driven welders for the last probably 15 years have MIG and TIG functions available on them with the proper wire feeders and everything. So that's the way to go if somebody wants to do heavy-duty MIG and TIG welding on big things and have the capacity of the machine is a proper engine-driven welder. Probably say the common size for the average welding outfit is mobile welding outfit. It's like 300 amps and from 200 to 300 amps capacity. That's the rated capacity. That's they're rated slightly over, but that's only temporary use. But like I said, this is not the machine for anybody that's considering doing heavy duty work with. It's just not good. The heat sink capacity is just not there. This is a homeowner machine, and maybe a single car guy garage who's fixing things as a business. It's a probably a good machine for that, but definitely not for heavy duty work. Only temporary. It's a good access machine probably if you have a hard place to get a welder, a big welder to, and you need to run it off a generator. I got myself a 32 kilowatt generator, but I'll try out next time whether or not this machine will run off it. You can try that out. But like I said, this is a prosumer, you know, welder for dummies type of thing. It's not a heavy duty machine, and I would not recommend anybody who wants to do heavy duty welding on it. Just not the capacity there. You'll burn out the board, you'll burn something out eventually. It's just a light duty machine for the average homeowner, you know, that people buy. Well, that's my review on this, so whether you like it or not, there it goes.